Weird. Yeah. Apparently it's not just us. Multiple people are having issues. I was like, then how come the first time when we like flipped the breaker it came back? He's like, I don't know. This time it came back on its own. Because I was in the middle of talking with Sam, and then our router, our like business router, is so loud. It's so loud. So I was like in the middle of talking with Sam, and we just heard it go like booting up like a goddamn rocket. And I was like, oh, I guess the power's back. Are there maintenance workers nearby? I don't know. Oh, right. I was halfway through writing a twart. I don't know what I was talking about. Who gives a shit? Those are all Clark books. That's all stuff that needs to go downstairs or go in the wash. That's all fabric. These are games. Patterns. Oh, what am I going to do with patterns? I don't know. And now, a Dorothy Parker poem. The pure and worthy Mrs. Stowe is one we are all proud to know. As mother, wife, and authoress, thank God I am content with less. Dorothy Parker, everybody. Thank you, thank you. Sam. I like that one too. Okay. This. Put it in directly. Bam. Yeah. Ooh. Earrings. Garbage. It's so weird being in a room. It's really weird being in a room with like a slanted roof. It's hard for Sam for sure to not bang his head, but even I like bang my head sometimes. Can you do some YouTube videos just reading bedtime stories? You know, it's funny. We have talked about that before. That part of me would really love to start a completely different Twitch channel. I hadn't thought about like doing it specific to YouTube, but a totally different Twitch channel, especially now while all of the kids are like out of school or not being able to go to daycare, where I just read a book. I've thought about doing that. I think it might be fun. Is that my love? Mice, ma'am? Is it? Could it be? He's probably going in his room to be like, is my computer fucked up? I hope not. Fingers crossed. Oh, the quiz! Thank you. I'm so glad some of you guys have good memories. I'm out of coffee. Fuck. I should have gotten coffee while all of the shenanigans were going on, but I was like, oh, I gotta get back. So when we're done like writing all of our answers and stuff, we put it up against the screen, and then the quiz master takes a picture, so that none of us can, you know, fill in an answer later and be like, oh, it was always there. And so that's been fun. Whoever wins has to run the next quiz. Fortunately, I'm always in last, so like but I keep trying to think if there would be a way, obviously off stream, like easy, but I keep being like, God, it would be so fun to do a pub quiz sort of thing with some of my friends on stream, like have everybody multi-streaming. But the problem is really obvious. Number one, that chat would just give people the answers. And number two, that you can just Google the answers. You're already at your computer, right? And you can like call people out on cheating if you want, but can you prove it? Probably not. So trying to figure out, is there a way, or would there be a way to like get people together and be like, yeah, let's do a pub quiz. All in good faith. I'm going to assume that you guys aren't cheating. Put the chats on emote only mode. Oh. Once the call has started, they have to unplug their keyboards. Oof. Yeah, during the actual round, it has to be emote only chat. Use Kahoot? What's that? Kahoot. Kahoot learning games. What is this? Kahoot is neat. It's the quiz program that schools usually use. I've never heard of it, but I also haven't been in school for a very long time. Interesting. So, oh, distance learning. Oh. Wait, okay. So, what's the idea? That I could, like, create a quiz inside of Kahoot? You can turn it into a quiz for literally anything. Interesting. Get more points if you answer quickly. But then, would there be a point in a quiz master? Right? If I was like, I want to run a quiz for my friends, would there be a point? Someone has to make the question. Right, but if I'm like, all right, do round one. And here's a poem by Dorothy Parker, right? Like, I don't think that there would be anything for me to do. I'll play around with it. See if there's a point to it. Tolfontos, happy 2 years. And Sammy, happy 1 year. Thank you both very much for all the support. I hope you're having a great day. I ordered some breakfast and I'm writing up the next game. Oh my god. Arcade. I'm gonna view a house soon with my husband. Oh my goodness. Is viewing a house weird right now? I guess it depends on where you live. I have so many friends who were like, I'm really glad that I planned my move-in date for a quarantine. You can look up quizzes that other people have made, but it's a crapshoot what you'll get. Viewing a house right here. Oh, viewing a house here right now is VR or virtual only. That makes sense. Fortunately, in England, money transferring is like so easy from like bank account to bank account. It's like very, very normal here. It's not super normal in America. So when we like bought our car, we were able to do the entire thing totally contactless, which was pretty awesome. He would just be like, yeah, take a look at this and look at this. And, you know, if you lift up the hood, you can see this, this, and this. And, you know, if you want to go for a drive in it, feel free. I'll just like stand here. And then once we had like worked it all out, it was just cool. I'll write down on a piece of paper, then, you know, the like account numbers and stuff that you need, and, you know, write up what we've agreed to and blah, blah, blah. It was like super, it's like, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. You don't have to like hand a card over or anything. You just go on your phone and open up the app and are like, cool, you've got the money. How do you money transfer in the US? You don't. This is why people still use checkbooks, guys. A lot of people still have to write checks to their land people, their landlords, or whatever.
Loving coffee drinking
yeah.
babe.
Yeah. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. People still use checkbooks in America, 100%. I think the common excuse is, well, they're just so big, right? It would just be so hard to change everything when America's so big. Like, the more that we talk about the outlets here, I was thinking about this morning, the more we talk about the outlets here, I'm like, wow, they're actually so much safer than American outlets, right? It would be really hard to shock yourself or hurt yourself with the outlets here versus in America where it's so easy. And I was like, God, why haven't we figured out a better way to do that? Oh, well, we're huge. We would have to somehow swap everybody's like home outlets and everything over. Like, that's just not going to happen. Yeah. Because in England, for any of you who are American and are like, what's the difference? Number one, they have like, there's 3 prongs and one of the prongs is a grounding prong. And number 2 is there are switches to turn them on and off. So like in our daughter's room, yes, we also cover up the outlets or like try to put things in front of them. But in the first place, they have switches. So she would have to, in order to like do anything with them, she would have to turn the outlet on. It's wild to me. They're so much safer. US outlets do not have switches. No. Go look up. Actually, never mind. I'll show you. This is what a totally normal US power outlet looks like. That's it. That's it. You pop a thing in or you pop a thing out. This is why in America, if you've ever watched like a movie or something where they're like, oh my God, you're going to put a fork or something in the outlet. It's because it's so easy to shock yourself with these. So yeah. And most items don't use the 3rd pin. Plenty do, but most items are just 2-prong. Yeah, we live in England. We live in England. I'm liking it so far. Obviously, I can't really go anywhere right now, but what can you do? What do you miss about the U.S.? There's food that I miss. I can't, like, go get ramen. Nobody can really go get ramen right now, but, like, I can't go get ramen here. That's it. So far, that's basically it. Time zones suck, but I already knew that. Sam and I were long distance for a while, off and on. So, I already knew that time zones sucked. I was ready for that. But yeah, trying to, like, call my mom. I have to call her in the afternoon. It has to be, like, let's see. It's 2:30 here now. The earliest that I could call my mom and know that she would be able to talk to me is, like, 2 hours from now. An hour or two from now. Yeah. Sam and I have had Wagamamas and we're not into it. But I'll try it again. Yeah, if people are on the East Coast, it's only a 5-hour difference, which is not that bad. So like when we do Daikia, it's starting at 6 o'clock Eastern, so it won't even be midnight here. So it's like it's not that bad. But the difference, like when all of my college friends have been doing video calls together since the quarantine happened. So like once a week they just all hop on a call together and hang out, which I think is really cute. And they always invite me, and every time I'm like, it's 1 a.m. here, guys, so I'm gonna I'm actually gonna go to bed, but love ya. Okay, let's do another productive thing. Let's see. I could toss these in the weird room so that they're out of the way. That might be nice. Oh, there's paper here. These are trash. Put them there. Yeah, there's like a lot of space in here, but there's a mattress and a box spring and a ton of exposed wires. Like a ton. So it'd be a lot of work to turn that into a place that people could actually, like, even the cats could be in there, right? Like, I don't want the cats in there. I don't want Clark in there. So, yeah, it would be work. It would be work to make that useful for anything. But in the meantime, boop. And boop. There's a lot of space in there, though. It's good. It's good shit. Okay. No! Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, god. Oh my god. Okay, it's only a couple of things. Oh no. Oh god. Ugh. Okay, so here's what happened. Oh no, is Sam in here? Oh no. So here's what happened. You know how I was like, yeah, I've hidden some shit back there that I just haven't wanted to deal with. One of the things was an old, one of those Costa coffee cans. I assumed it was empty, because why else would I leave it in here? That would be really stupid, Dodger. Went to pick it up, realized that it had something in it, and the shock of it, I guess, made me drop it, and it tipped over just enough for some really old coffee sludge to come out. Here's the blessings. It only hit trash. Amazing. Somehow didn't hit my books. Just barely. And now I guess I have to deal with that. I get. This is what I get, though, right? This is what I get for doing that. What if I did everything else around it first? I don't know what that is. This is a box for Sam's stuff. So those things can go together. And now a poem by Dorothy Parker. I interrupted Sam's bath. What do you mean? You woke Clark up? What? She's passed out, chat. Was not awake. Unreal. These goofs. All right. And now a poem. Her mind lives in a quiet room, a narrow room and tall, with pretty lamps to quench the gloom and mottos on the wall. There all the things are waxen neat and set in decorous lines, and there are posies round and sweet and little straightened vines. Her mind lives tidily apart from cold and noise and pain, and bolts the door against her heart, out wailing in the rain. That one is called Interior. I don't remember this one. Some of them, when I try to read them, I can't tell how they're supposed to be read. No, I think she probably woke up a little bit and was singing to herself. Sam said he could hear her singing. I think she probably woke up a little bit and was singing to herself. And Sam was like, oh. But no, when I went to check the monitor, she was asleep, so we good. With sounds. The thing about poetry, when you're reading it out loud, is there was an intended rhythm, right? And sometimes you're like, it's obvious. And other times you have to read it a couple of times before you figure it out. Every love's the love before in a duller dress. That's the measure of my lore, and here's my bitterness. Would I knew a little more, or very much less. I love her. I don't know what it is. She's like one of my favorite poets, I think. What time the gifted lady took away from paper, pen, and book, she spent an amorous dalliance. They do those things so well in France. It's the whole thing. Anyways. Dorothy Parker. The portable Dorothy Parker. I got this in college. I got like really into her in college. And then a friend gave this to me as a gift. This one and this one. Not much fun. The Lost Poems of Dorothy Parker. This is the other one. This one's entirely poetry. Yeah. Hello from Just a Walk Away, Ireland. Don't do this. Yeah. If any of you saw my tweet, I'm sure you did. Last night, Sam and I were watching Too Hot to Handle. We started watching it. We've only seen one episode, but it promises to be garbage, and we're very excited. Anyway, so one of the girls is from Ireland and was talking to an American, and he was like, right, so Ireland is like same landmass as England, right? And she was like, no, it's separate. It's a totally separate country. And I laughed. And I looked at Sam and I was like, he's not saying it's whether or not it's a separate country. He's saying whether or not it's a separate landmass. And Sam was like, yeah. And I was like, but it's not a separate landmass. And he just goes, honey, don't do this. And I was like, isn't Ireland connected? And he was like, no, they're an island. And I was like, really? I'm going to look up a map. He was like, honey, I can't believe that you thought that Ireland was connected to us. And I was like, I don't know why. I just thought that like England, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, I thought that they were all like attached. I thought they were all one landmass, even if only attached by a bit. He was like, no. No. Yeah. And I said, you can't out me. I'm your wife. You can't out me about this. And he goes, you're right. But, you know, the only decent thing to do is for you to out yourself. Thank you very much. There are so many Americans in chat right now who are like, I also thought this. Thank you for admitting that and being part of Team Dodger. Yes. So the post that Ross made about pickles was what Sam brought up. Sam was like, look, if Ross can go on Twitter and admit that he thought that pickles were grown as pickles and were not pickled cucumbers, you can admit that you thought that Ireland was attached. It's like, you're right. You're right. I can't do that. Oh, it's good. It's like when I was a kid and I was watching a show. I can't remember which show it was, but it was one of those like family doing family stuff, one of those shows. You know. And the little kid, like the littlest kid in the family, was really upset. And the dad goes, well, honey, you know, I'm sure it'll all be okay. What do you want for breakfast? Do you want some grapes? And she goes, no, because grapes are just raisins in their early life or something like that. Like, grapes are just raisins that haven't gotten old. Like, ran off, and I was like, what? And in that moment I learned, oh, raisins are dehydrated grapes. But I got to learn that early on in my life. Whereas the worst part of it is that when I was 19, we did that backpacking trip. We started in Portugal. We went to a ton of different countries and 100% went to Ireland. And so people keep being like, you've been to Ireland. Like, how did you get there? I don't remember. We went to so many places and we literally spent like 1 or 2 days in each place. I don't remember how we got to Ireland. I don't remember like the process of getting there. So I didn't recall. So, yeah. Yeah, I just, imagined being there, and then we were there. Hi, Reenie Beanie. How are you? Or Reenie Beanie? Is that what it is? So yeah. Now most Americans don't even know the geography of America. Myself included. So, knowing the geography of the rest of the world, tentative at best. I forgot about the coffee. Okay. I just have to deal with it. Another book. Oh. A bunch of medication over here. I think from when I was not feeling well when we first moved. Remember, I was just like sick constantly when we first moved, and I was like, what is this? And then I went on a bunch of planes and I continued to be sick, and everybody was like, oh yeah, P.S. anybody who's been on a plane recently might have corona. And then I stayed in my house for a month. So, yeah, paracetamol. Great. You have that. Oh, right, and I had what was it called? The white stuff on my tonsillitis. I had tonsillitis. Forgot about that. Jesus, time flies. What am I supposed to do with all of you? I'll leave that Dorothy book for next time. Cryle. Dorothy. Okay. Papers that matter and papers that don't. There's like a bunch of random hardware.
Welcome,
Oh, my
you
ring.
fine, cat-loving, coffee-drinking burrito babe.
Trash. Okay, so some screws and things. I'm not sure what to do with those. This goes on my PC. I did not expect cleaning my office to take this long, but it's because I don't know how to shut up and I keep sitting here for a million years, so... So thanks for hanging out. I have to deal with that fucking coffee, and I'm so mad about it. I'm trying to put it off until we, like take a break. So that I can go and grab, like, a wipe and stuff and make more coffee and things like that. So... What are you? This is the box for the Elgato. Elgato has worked pretty well for us. This, HD60S. When we got the first Elgato HD60, God, it would not work for us at all. But we got the 60S when Final Fantasy came out. It's a whole ordeal. And it's actually been fine. It's actually been going pretty well. But I'm trying to decide. I'm typically a immediately get rid of the box person. I don't like hoarding boxes. I really hate it. So part of me is like, we still have all of these boxes that are underneath this desk that need to go downstairs. So I might just put them with those and then get rid of the rest of those today after the stream. Yeah, a lot of people have delay problems with their capture cards, don't they? It's annoying, man. Obnoxious. This is my other wedding ring. Sam and I almost only use our silicone rings now. I don't think it's because of quarantine. It's just, I don't know. I just do a lot with my hands. So I just got a set of like a black, a gray, and a white silicone ring. I use those a lot. If we're going on a date or if we're doing a family thing, I wear my real ring. But I would just wear the silicone ring. It's the same with Sam.
Welcome, you fine.
Where'd you get your jumper? This? Target.
Burrito babe.
I only wear my set when I go out, otherwise I'm at home and I don't wear anything. I like wearing something, but yeah, the silicone rings are just nice. Just easy. If you work out at all, or if you do stuff with machinery, or if you're cleaning stuff constantly, right? If you're a housemaker, if you're the sort of person that's just washing dishes all the time or whatever, it's just nice. It's just nice to have a silicone ring on instead. Matches Burn, what's up? Thank you very much for subscribing. And Snizzy, thank you for subscribing as well. Both of you, welcome to the Cat Gang. Whoa, Garth. I hope you're okay. What's the difference? With rings? Working out with a metal ring is hard. It's hard on the metal, and it also is hard on your finger. It hurts really bad. So a lot of people that are like gym rats, they'll get a silicone ring that they'll wear while they work out, which is initially what we got Sam's silicone ring for. And then he proceeded to basically be like, okay, well, the silicone ring is kind of my casual ring. And then the metal ring, because it has all of this... not patina, that's not the right word, but it has like a darkening effect that's on it that will wear away or wash out over time. So he was like, I'll just wear the silicone ring most of the time and then wear the nice ring in moments where it makes sense to wear the nice ring, or if I want to wear it, whatever. And I was like, man, that looks nice. Because especially when I got like pregnant with Clark and everything, I couldn't wear my ring for a really long time. And then even after I had her, my fingers have never gone back down to the size they were before I got pregnant. And so I can wear my normal, like, engagement ring, I guess is what you would call it. But the band I can't put on. The band that has the, like, thorn design, I can't put on. So I have to get that one resized anyway. And, yeah, I would get all kinds of stuff stuck in it because it has detail work in it. And then the one, you know, if you have a ring with some kind of a stone in it, the more that you're doing stuff wearing that ring, the clamps that are, like, holding in the stone are eventually going to get, like, rattled and pushed around. Which is why they're always like, oh, if you're wearing your ring all the time, you should probably get it checked on every now and then. Not just to, like, have it cleaned or whatever, but also to double check that everything that's holding things in place are okay. So yeah, I kept running into a situation where, like, no matter what I was doing, stuff was getting stuck in the ring. And I love it. It's beautiful. But with a silicone ring, I can wash things and work in the garden and whatever I need to do and not feel like I then have to also clean my ring, you know? So, yeah, silicone rings, they're nice. There are lots of options. If me talking about all of this is making you go, damn, I could use a silicone ring. Yeah, there are lots of different designs and sizes and options and whatever. So, anyway, a poem by Dorothy Parker. What does it look like? Oh, it's just a basic one. It's got, like, little ribs on it. You might be able to see this one easier. So I have a light gray one, a black one, and a white one. I mostly wear the black one because, oh, my husband and I have our Final Fantasy XIV character names on our silicone rings. That's very cute. Let's see. What do we got? Give me a rose, cool-petaled, virgin white, pure as the morning, mystical as night. Not bold gardenias, flaunting their expense like courtesans in perfumed insolence, nor brazen orchids, feverishly bright. Give me no hothouse violets, cold, polite, with lengths of costly ribbon girdled tight, matrons in corseted magnificence. Give me a rose. One girlish blossom proffer as your might, ah, lovelier by far within my sight, than rich exotic's glamorous pretense is one shy rose, sweet in its diffidence. And then besides, my love, the price is right. Give me a rose. Give me a rose! A benefit of roses. Animals can be around them. Shout out to Sam, who always double checks that the flowers that he gets for the house are okay for animals. I pushed past my anxiety and got back into Final Fantasy XIV again. Yay! What do you play? I was talking with Amma. Amma was like, if you really like the way that Tifa plays in Final Fantasy VII, you should try out Monk in 14. And I was like, you know, I'm starting to accept that I'm a one-class MMO player. Yeah. Oh, Dorothy Parker is old. This shit is old poems. I'm trying to remember. Yeah. Poetry between 1926 and 1933. So, keep that in mind when reading her shit. It's of a certain decade. I'm working toward a scholar. Nice. I play White Mage. It's very fun being a healer. There are some things that I just don't. I feel like it's very focused. It's good for me. My job most of the time is make sure nobody dies. So, yeah, I like it. More garb. This is all baby things. What am I going to do with you boys? Should I hide you? Okay. Okay. Right. This situation. More tools. We have a decent number of tools to take downstairs. We've got a plate, more patterns. What am I going to do with my patterns? The obvious answer is just put them in there where all of the fabrics are going to be. But I feel like I need like a folder for them. I'm wondering if I have a folder downstairs that would work. But in the meantime, what am I going to do with my patterns? I don't know. Okay. Very cute. Bought this last Halloween. Didn't use it for shit. Saving it for next Halloween. They are windows. These, yeah, they're windows. This is the fabric that when I went to Oregon, I went on Twitter and I was like, is this fabric still in circulation? But unfortunately, everywhere I went in Oregon didn't have it. Rest in peace. I still have plenty of it. Just, it's so cute. What if I fuck up and I need more? I don't know. I bought this fabric while I was looking for that fabric. It's very cute. My cat has laid on it. Cute. Clark likes dragons, so she likes anything that slightly resembles a dinosaur. So trying to teach her the difference between dragons and dinosaurs and just general monsters. This is the fabric that I want to recover her chair in. So cute. And just very neutral, so it'll work in that room. Although, I keep putting more and more bright stuff in there. So, the living room / like, playroom, it has that kind of, like, tealy, kind of this color of couch in there. And, I put an old print that I got forever ago up in that room, just kind of as a placeholder. But I kind of like it in there because it has sort of these colors, but it's also got like bright yellow and red and stuff in the picture. And I'm like, ooh, maybe I could just start putting some like really bright shit in here. But then it creates a situation where I'm like, if I cover the chair in this, not that it matters, who gives a shit, but if I cover the chair in this is going to look really neutral up against everything else, which is fine. But part of me is like, well, if the whole room's going to be bright, why should my toddler that wants bright, colorful things get a chair that's gray? Pleather. Why? For baby booties. Because let's be real. We don't want babies tripping. We don't need tripping children. So that is for the bottom of the shoes that I'm making. So we've got the fuzzy, comfy fabric inside, although it's summer right now, so nobody needs that. But in the future, fuzzy fabric for the inside. Maybe I'll make like maybe that'll be a winter gift from me. Is boots for all the kids, like little fabric boots for all the kids, and I can put the comfy stuff on the inside and get like a more like wintry, cozy looking fabric. That would be fun. That could be fun. That'll give me time to get used to how to make them without. Yeah. Okay, so these are all of my little sample sizes. Oh, goodness. They're cute, though. Ooh. Okay. Medicine. Oh, trash. This is all trash. Oh, amazing. Oh, what a good feeling. Garb, garb, garb. Actually, that's a big enough scrap. I could probably use that for something. Garb. Okay. So these are a bunch of really cute fabrics, but they're just like sampler sizes. So they're good for like small projects, like baby shoes. You can typically get a bunch of different fabrics on like a set instead of getting a ton of one fabric. So we have this one, cute. I wonder if I should... No, it'll be obvious. They're so much smaller. I'll just make sure that they're folded smaller so that it's like, these are the tiny things. This one. I'm telling you, Clanger's music won't leave. It won't leave my brain. When you said baby booties, I thought you meant butts. How can I sew a baby butt? Chat. You goofballs. Okay, 2. This one, I think I have 2 of this one. I like this one a lot, though. It's good for, like, if I want to do a project for one of the grandmas or something. It is one of those fabrics that's just not very offensive. Not that the other ones aren't. But, you know. This one's very cute. Clarky likes this one a lot. It's lots of, like, little animals on pink. It's very cute. Where is Husky? I have no idea, dude. I haven't hung out with Husky in a hot minute. And by a hot minute, I mean years. But I assume he's still living in LA. Animals. Clark also loves this one. Bunch of little birds. Or are they upside down? Is there a right side up with this? There is. Huh. Bunch of birds. There is a crocheted butt pattern. Of course there is. Sorry, that's probably so loud. It is a satisfying snap, though. Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. Bird, bird, bird. Okay. Another just general inoffensive floral. But yeah, it's nice. Like, I got 2 sets that were like woodland and nature. So that included the like kind of cute, more like feminine animal ones and the floral prints. And then I got another one that has some really cute patterns in it that is more... It sounds like it's about the same, but it's more like wilderness themed. So it's lots of like bears and stuff, you know? Oh, I didn't show you this one, sorry. It's like a teal geometric pattern. I'm folding fabric samples. We're basically just cleaning up my office, which I intended on taking, you know, maybe a half an hour. But here we are. My power's gone out twice. I'll blame that. Yeah, so like these are some of them. Hold on. So this is the kind of thing that came in the other one. Cute. Very Clark. Very Clark. I'll show you my favorite one out of this set, though. These squares are also much smaller. I got less bang for my buck out of these ones, but I really like them. And I tried to look and see if I could get, like, which one? Where's my fave in here? No. This one. I want to get like more of this specific fabric, and I couldn't find it. I didn't try super hard, so I'm sure I can find it somewhere, but it's so cute. I don't know what it is about it. I just love it. It's so like weird. Very Tove Jansson, yes. I just like the colors. The, like, green tones in it and stuff. Yeah, so this is like the same as the pink, but in a green. And there's the same again, but in gray. This one's already kind of folded. That's nice. So is the gray. Ah, delightful. So I have 3 of basically the exact same thing, except different colors. One of those, either the green or the gray, I think I'm going to try making my first boot out of for baby Ned. So we'll see how that goes. That one, cute. Lots of friendly animal shit going on in there. How's the stream going? Yeah, it's going good. Who's baby Ned? Sam's sister had a baby like right before lockdown was going to be happening. I feel so bad for them. But, you know, positive sides are paternity leave wound up not mattering. But yeah, so my sister-in-law had baby Ned, and he is just turning 2. Yeah, Edward. Baby Edward, but it's baby Ned. I like this one a lot. It's so cute. I just heard a grunt, which makes me think that a Clarky might be awake. Awake for real this time. Kind of the same idea, but with bunnies. Same idea as the bird one. Just a bunch of bunnies. Clark is sounding more and more English to me. But it's hard to tell because I'm starting to not notice the accents here anymore. Which is a normal thing to happen after you've lived in a place. But we pretty much only watch shows with, like, English accents with her. And obviously I live with her, so it's, like, rare moments where she's talking to me and I'm like, oh, that was a very English way to say that. Another more geometric one. I think it only stands out to me if she says something and then I say it back. So, yeah. If she says something to me and then I repeat it back and I'm like, oh, I said that differently from her. I realize, like, oh, right. 'Cause she's saying it with an English accent. Weird. Does she say mummy? She does. She says water. Mummy, water? Oops, wrong side. Weird. She does say the T. Yeah. Sam makes an effort to say the T around her. Which is very cute. And now she also has, like, favorite beakers. Like, favorite water bottles. So the blue one is the one that we put in her room at night so that she can have a drink of water at night if she wants, because it's non-spill, like legitimately won't spill. So sometimes when we're downstairs, she'll go, Mummy, blue water? Blue water? And I'm like, honey, your blue water's in your bedroom. Mummy, blue water? Like, honey, it's the same water. I promise. I promise you it's the same water. You want this one? It's very cute. This one's also very cute. Just a bunch of little trees. So she's got what she calls blue, pink, and purple waters. And I, as the parent, have beakers that I prefer over others because they spill or do not spill easier. This one's cute. I was gonna maybe do Ned's shoes out of these. Super cute. How long have I lived in the UK? We moved in December, but I was not, like, legitimately here until a month and a half, 2 months ago. To whoever said they liked the Little Red Riding Hood one, this is, like, along the same lines. Like, in terms of style. Cute. Cute. Lots of very, this is the same one again, so I have two of it. Lots of very child-friendly fabrics that I need to use. And then this one, so cute. I used part of it for a mask so far, but I like that one a lot. Oh, and here's the little piece that I kept. So I think that'll be, yeah, I think that'll be the right size for part of a shoe. So I'm just going to keep it. Just hearing a phantom child, you know, that parent thing. Okay, That's all my fabrics folded. Wonderful. Haunted house. Definitely with that Hello Kitty lamp in there. Super haunted. Okay. So, those, and then the biggins. I guess I'll put this in here since I put controllers in there. These are papers that I need, but they should probably go downstairs. So we'll call those downstairs papers. I don't want to keep any important papers in this room. They should all be in the same place, right? Right. All right, Dorothy. What do you think? Should we take a break? That's too long. That's too long. That's too long. Give me a short one. My heart is fairly melting at the thought of Julian Eltinge, his vice versa, Vesti Tilly, too. Our language is so dexterous, let us call them ambisextrous. Why hasn't this occurred before to you? Sure, let's take a break. Snaps in chat. Snaps in chat. All right, I'll be right back, guys.
Vamos.
Hello. Sorry about that. We are back. Hello. Door open. Let some air in. Let cats come in if they want. Got a wipe for the coffee. My husband gave me some Monster Munch. Window open. Oh my God. actually feels amazing. Okay. So, let's deal with this spill, shall we? Sam was like, your chat was yelling at me to bring you a rag. As though this wasn't a lesson you needed to learn about leaving old sludgy coffee in your room. I was like, I agree. You should not have come to save me. Okay. First things first. Dump these. Yuck. Yuck. Okay. Put them in the Sainsbury's bag. What? Yuck. Yuck. No, it dripped. Well, that part's done. Owie. It is carpet, yes. Watson. Hi. What are you doing? Everybody wants to say hi to you. Can you come say hi? Good girl. Hello. Oh, Watson. The cutest, patootiest cat in the world. Huh. It's okay if you tell Sherlock I said that. His value is in being a handsome, thick boy. Huh, but you're a cute sweetie. You're a cutie pie honey bunch, aren't you? Aren't you? Do you want to leave? Okay. She just wants to chill here. So I guess I'm stuck here now. I didn't expect the cleaning to end this way. Do you want up? Here you go. Okay, great. It's so windy. Okay. Rinse this. Hot. This over here. Cute stamps that Miss Random Badger gave me. They'll go in here. wind is so intense right now. It's great. Yes, pickled onion Monster Munch. The only Monster Munch worth eating. I say as a non-Brit. Ooh. Okay. Girl, calm down. God damn. Do I need to close you? Just a bit, I think. It's too much. Too much. Too intense. Where does this go? Is this part of my monitor? It must be. It's the only thing that makes sense. Yes. This goes on the back side of my monitor. But I don't use it. So, it's a cord. I did say I was going to take these downstairs, didn't I? This needs to go downstairs. I'll put it with the plate. Recycle. I was watching a video. What brand of chair is that? I actually don't know. I could look it up. People ask this all the time. I will say, though, it's broken on me quite a few times, and we bought it when we moved. So, it's not like... Wait, why is the whole background suddenly fuzzy? I know. I love the color of it, too. Same. It was a ghost. Probably. I was watching a video about how crazy advanced Japan's recycling system is. To the point that every day they have a different form of recycling to take out. You're not allowed to take it out the night before. You have to take it out in the morning. And they have like tons of different types of recycling that everybody has to put out. I was like, that is so advanced and also from a lazy perspective, really obnoxious. But it's a good thing. It's just... Yeah, if we don't put stuff out the night before, it will not get picked up. Because in the morning, I'm up with Clark, and I can't really just be like, oh, Clark, just sit in here while I go take the trash out. I used to be able to do that because it was just like a run out, boop, run back. But we have like a decent amount of distance between our house and the street. So it takes longer. So we can't really do it that easily anymore. But yeah. The other thing was that you have to put your, I think it was name and address on the bag of your recycling. And that way, as they're going through each bag, if you've ordered them incorrectly, like say you put a bunch of items in there that are like covered in food, or it's the wrong type of recycling or whatever, they'll just bag it back up and give it back to you. Be like, you did it wrong. Just give it back. Incredible. Is this info from Alex? No, it was a video that I watched where a lady that moved to Japan was like, let me show you what it's like recycling in Japan. Okay. Dumping these. Keep this for plants. Okay. Rich teas. I don't know how long these have been in the diaper bag. It looks like they were twisted up pretty tight, but not like sealed. Should I just try one and see if they're no bueno, or should I just toss them? I'm gonna try one. It's broken. They're fine. Great. Well, I'll eat the rest of this one. Okay, perfect. Take these downstairs with the plate. Recycling. Oh, this was medicine. Should have taken it downstairs. Those need to go downstairs. Patterns. What are we gonna do with patterns? I'll just put them in that third drawer. I have nothing to do with that drawer. Put my manual in there. And all of my patterns. That makes sense. And stuff goes in Sam's room. Sam should also do what I'm doing right now. He doesn't do anything on webcam, really. So, there isn't as much. He's not, like, seeing his room that often in a webcam and being like, I should do something about that. You have the only webcam, right? We still have the other camera. The problem is that I would have to steal the converter in order to plug it in. So we just pass the webcam back and forth, like, as he needs it. But yeah, we just haven't bought another one. We should just buy another one. It's easier. The quality on this Logitech is great, so. Nathan says, hey y'all, I've been having a particularly bad day. But being here is cheering me up. So thank you all so much and love you, cat gang. Aw. Hypixian says, this is still here. I don't know what that means. Underlining Shadow says the theme to Button Moon TV show. Oh, for the post show. I don't know what Button Moon is. Hypixian. Threw a Duke Love in there. I'm rejecting that cheers because we already did it. Dead Poultry. Bam. Unchained Passion. Bam. Jerry Rig. Bam. Lister Merrick. Bam. Corvus Imperial. Bam. Thank you for the dabs. Mex, I'm rejecting your post show. I'm very sorry. King's Warrior says, thank you, Avi, for the awesome gifted sub. Aw. Mickey Draws says, thanks, Dukes in chat, for keeping me company this semester and helping me get A's in all my classes, as well as maintaining my sanity. Aw. King's Warrior says, I apologize, people in chat. I'm usually very passionate about acknowledging new subs, resubs, gifted subs. My fibromyalgia, pain, and fatigue has me off my game. I'm just going to lurk and enjoy the stream. Thank you to everyone who subs, resubs, and gifted subs. Each of you are an incredible part of the community, and I'm blessed to know you and interact with you. King's Warrior, you're very sweet. Lurk away. Bubbly. Threw some Duke Watsons out there. And Hypixian says, I heard my name. Was playing Minecraft. What happened? I don't even remember. Decepticon Skywarp says, chat, you're lovely. Have a good beginning and end of the week. Duke Love warms the cybernetic heart. Aw. The Cat Gang shop is down. Yes. We are swapping to a new shop location and going a bit more indie with production and shipping and stuff. So, yes, we're working on it. Oh, right. Okay. Amaric's little sword. I'm just going to put it next to him. That makes the most sense. Some safety pins to put away. I didn't have sewing pins anymore. So at first, I was using safety pins in place of sewing pins. So I had a bunch of just like open sewing pins next to, or safety pins next to the sewing machine. Not ideal. Yeah, I really need to figure out a way to reduce the static in here. First step is getting the PC off the ground, right? Putting it on like wood or something, or even cardboard would probably be good, right? Second step is attaching a grounding thing to the chair. Yes? Those are like the two things that we should 100% do. Because I get shocked in this room all the time. Mine is on a big piece of cardboard. Yeah, I've got cardboard in here. That'll be easy. All right. It's not a good idea to throw a cookie in your mouth and then try to read a poem. Mouth feels very weird. You'll be returning one day. Such premonitions are true ones. Treading the dew-spangled way. You'll be returning one day. I'll have a few things to say. I've learned a whole lot of new ones. You'll be returning one day. Such premonitions are true ones. The sun shines fair, the sun shines true, the sun shines golden bright. The sky takes on a lovelier blue, the clouds a daintier white. The birds trill out a roundelay, the rosebuds dance with glee. Each living thing holds holiday, the world belongs to be. My heart beats loud, my heart beats strong, my heart beats fast and high. Within my soul's a rousing song, a light within my eye. Go, raise the banners high in air, and spread the tidings round. Let drums and trumpets boom and blare, for I have lost a pound. How did you guys move the cats over? I'm needing planning ideas for my move. We used a service. So you can do it yourself, but it was adding so much stress for me because I wasn't sure exactly what paperwork we needed, like how we were supposed to do it, what would be the best way to transport them, like what in, etc. So we found a company that was based in LA that literally just transported animals, and they offered, depending on how much you're willing to pay for that kind of a thing and how far they're going, they offered like different levels of involvement. So it could go anywhere from, we'll just help you get the paperwork in order, or like we'll tell you everything that you need to do, all the way up to, we will pick up your animals the night before you leave, we will get them on the plane, somebody in, we will see if we can contact somebody in the country you're going to who will pick up the animals from the airport and bring them to your house. So that's what we wound up doing, and it was very expensive, and I'm not going to tell you how much it was, but I was so concerned about our cats being stuck in quarantine that, I just paid a lot of money for them to get shipped over. Sherlock's not old, but he's old enough that I was like, if he is in a hyper stressful situation and is stuck there for a while, I'm going to feel awful. I'll feel awful for both of them, but Sherlock specifically, like, I just didn't want to chance it. I didn't want to chance doing something wrong. So we just hired people to do it for us. But yeah, a lot of times they'll offer, it's not just like all or nothing. They'll be like, what do you need help with? What all do you want us to do? How involved do you want us to be? Here's how much that'll cost, I was very happy with the service. Yeah, the only part that was rough was waiting for them to get to the house, because we like lost communication. Basically, like, the people in LA wound up being the middleman between us and the people in England, which was a mistake. And we all realized it was a mistake at a certain point because of the time difference. So the cats were supposed to show up at a certain time and they didn't. And I was like, well, that's fine. There's traffic. There's a lot of traffic right now. So I'm sure everything's okay. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's okay. I'm sure it's fine. But we couldn't get a hold of the guy in LA because he was asleep. So I was like, and when we finally got a hold of him, he was like, oh shit. Yeah, let me contact her. So we at least got yes, she has the cats. Yes, she's on her way, but she is stuck in traffic. So, we'll hopefully be there by this time, etc. And gave us her number and everything. But it took like 3 hours for us to figure out what was going on. So it was 3 hours of me being like, where are my cats? Where are my cats? Where are my cats? They were honestly fine. It was wild. They were totally fine. They had done this huge flight and got to the house, and I put them in what is now Sam's office. I was like, I'll just put them at the top floor because that's the smallest floor, right? And if they're tentative and they want to just like kind of figure out where things are, and also so that they are solidified and like, this is where the litter box is. I was like, we'll just leave them in there for a couple of days and then let them out. They wanted to get out immediately, like fought to get out the door, which was weird because every other time that we had moved, Watson specifically was really tentative about leaving the room. We've done like this process before of like, we'll choose a room, that'll be the cat room when we first move, and that's like their space and they can do whatever they need to do in there. And if they feel comfortable coming out after a couple of days, then cool. Sherlock typically is chill right off the bat because he's a people cat. What I mean by that is it's almost like a weird dog thing, right? He sees me and he's like, oh, you're here. I'm good. super chill about it. Watson is much more skittish about things. So to have both of them be like, yeah, we're fine, was really odd. So within like, it wasn't even a full day, I don't think. They kept fighting so hard to get out the door that I was like, well, they'll probably, you know, step out a bit and then go back inside. No. They just went and explored the house and everything was chill. So, yeah, they love the house. They get to see lots of birds. We have super, super high fences again that they cannot get over. So they're able to go out in the backyard. They're really good about just going out there for a little bit and then coming back inside. So it's been chill. It's been really nice. They're in the land of their namesake, I guess. How did you move your PC? Oh, I have bad news for you. Yeah, shipping PCs is so unbelievably expensive that we gave our PCs to our friends. They were really cool, too. They were the ones with, like, mine had Cat Gang on it, and Sam's had his, like, stripping offline image. Oh, they were so cool. But it was an unreal amount of money to try and ship them. So Octo has mine, and I'm trying to remember who has Sam's. But Octo keeps being like, this is such a nice PC. Holy shit. So. Yeah, so it all worked out. Oh, I'm almost out of my Monster Munch. Okay, what else do we need to do in here? Aside from the trash pile, which we're not doing today. It's like the trash pile is the box this table came in and the box my PC came in and like all of the foam and stuff involved in that. So it's just like a lot of folded up cardboard, which is why I was saying, oh, I can just put the PC on that. But they're big, so I have to take them downstairs and throw them in the garage for now and whatever. So I feel like I'll just leave them in here and do all of that at one point. But everything else pretty much done. Need to take the cards downstairs. Dishes. Yeah, you did a good job. Oh, hello. Medicine. Sewing machine up there. So I have a better idea of what this table looks like. Downstairs. Sometimes people will make starters for plants in toilet roll tubes because they'll break down. So that's why I'm keeping that toilet roll tube. For anybody who's like, why didn't she just put that in with the rest of the recycling? That doesn't make any sense. That's why. Okay. Those. Wipe this down. Great. Delightful. That. Got you. PlayStation. All of that stuff. The PlayStation should probably also be put on cardboard. How are you enjoying British snacks? Yeah, they're fine. I've complained before. I don't understand the point of everything coming in snack packs. America does that too, but not to the same extent. Like, it feels like everything comes in snack packs here, and I don't know how to feel about it. It's like so much wasted extra plastic for no reason. This is a snack pack. So, for example, Monster Munch, the way that we had to buy it, we could just choose not to buy it, but it's delicious. Comes in a huge bag full of these. So it's one huge bag full of snack packs. So snack-sized portions. When you could just open a big bag of Monster Munch and dump it into a bowl for yourself or put it in a bag, right? They do that with a lot of things. A lot of things come in snack packs. I'm sure very convenient for people who are packing lunches and things like that. But it's a lot of waste. Yeah, Walkers and Lay's are the same company. You want the big jumbo American packs? I want a normal ass one bag of shit that I can just dump a little out of and then roll back up so that I'm not having to try and recycle a million of these. Monsters are here forever, but this snack is best before. I've never read that before. That's actually really funny. Pickled onion seasoning, including onion powder, sugar, MSG, salt, potassium, garlic powder, soy protein, citric acid, and spices. Anyways. What was that saying? Tesco allows you to recycle crisp bags now. They have recycle bins in most of the large stores. Oh, interesting. In the hospital that Sam was in, when he was in hospital for a week, they had a crisp bag recycle thing there. And I was like, oh, that's oddly specific. But now hearing that it's also in grocery stores is like, oh. All right. Bye, Cat Rider. Have a good day. What does Monster Munch consist of? I just read it. It's corn. Sorry, corn, oil, and pickled onion seasoning, which is all of the stuff that I read off. No artificial colors. That's a big thing in England is like no junk or no nasties. A lot of things will say that. This one doesn't, but the idea of it is like there's nothing artificial in here. So like lots of kids snacks and foods will say no nasties on them. So, you know, there's nothing like unnatural in it. I don't know. They are a little Funyun-y. Yes. Yes. They are very similar to Funyuns, except with the like these ones with the pickled onion sort of element to them. Have you cut Sam's hair yet? No. But I did show him some of the undercut stuff in the back. And he was like, oh, those look pretty cool. I was like, I know, don't they? So I'm working on him. For anybody who missed it, Sam and I are discussing a trade here where I would like trim his beard. He wants to try trimming it a little bit. So I would trim his beard and he would like give me a little undercut in the back. But he's very nervous about doing it for me. So we'll see. I am not nearly as nervous about doing his beard. Maybe I should be. Maybe I should be. No, the lotion and the oil and stuff that I got to do the manicure on him never showed up. It was supposed to be here on the 8th and just never showed up. It's not that you can't do a manicure without those things, but I was like, oh man, I wanted to do like the whole process, you know? Yeah, my problem with an undercut in the back, and this is why I'm like, nobody's seeing me right now. Even you guys are mostly only seeing me from the front, so like, who gives a shit? I have very thin hair. I don't have very much hair, right? Like this is all of my hair. So when I make the choice to like potentially shave part of it, I'm saying I want even less hair, which might not be true. So yeah. Somebody was asking how I've liked Final Fantasy VII Remake. I will keep it spoiler free, and everybody in chat, do not spoil anything about the game. But just as a quick like nod to that, yeah, I've enjoyed it a lot. I played it when I was like 12, I want to say, the original. So it's really, really, really fun to play the remake. I think they did a really good job with characters in this. The characters were always the highlight of Final Fantasy VII for me anyway. And having them be in like really good graphic quality and having the writing. I'm playing it in with the English voices. The writing has been really fun, and the way that they're able to like animate faces and everything has just added so much to it. It's honestly been a blast. The combat is not my favorite, but it's fine. I'm not trying to play it on hard, and I don't really have any intention of playing it on hard. But I do think that the combat is like the least exciting part of it. The world building and the characters are awesome. And I think the amount of content in the game is really manageable. As a person that doesn't play like open world games really, the number of like side things to do is like a sensible amount, if that makes sense. So yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I would definitely recommend it. Yeah, oh my god, and the remixes of the music are so good. So good. Co-optional is on like an indefinite hiatus, yeah. And Dexbonus said that Final Fantasy VII and God of War are the only games Sam lies in bed thinking about. So when he finished Final Fantasy VII Remake, he came downstairs, got into bed, and I woke up and I was like, "Hey, honey," and he goes, "That game was incredible." And I was like, "I've heard this before." He was like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, you've come to bed in the middle of the night and laid down and said this exact thing before." And he was like, "What?" It's like, definitely did that with Horizon. Definitely did that with God of War. He was like, "What?" Sam does, when I say that Sam's job and hobby are both video games, it's true. He plays video games on stream, and then the way he like winds down after playing games all day is to play more games. It's wild to me. I still have never played Horizon, yeah, and everyone I know has adored it, and I've never taken the time to play it. Final Fantasy VII Remake drained me emotionally. The one thing I have heard, and again, no spoils in chat, don't expand on this or like anything. The one thing that I have heard from people, I have not finished it yet. I'm in chapter 14 still. The one thing I've heard is that the end is very different depending on if you played the original and if you didn't. So people who played the original feel differently about the ending than people who did not. So I'm interested to see how I feel about the ending. I'll have to wait and see. Yeah. Yeah. Because I don't know specifics. I didn't ask to know specifics. So yeah, I'm interested to know what the ending is like. But again, do not tell me. Don't even like hint at it. Yes, Jakers, that's absolutely a spoiler. What the fuck are you doing? I don't trust chat either. No matter how many times I say, remember, don't spoil anything or even hint at spoilers. Don't wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Everybody fucking does it. The hell is wrong with you? Don't do that. We're awful. I'm sorry. Well, you know what? I'm just going to change the topic. I'll just change the topic. I don't even remember what we were talking about before. Are we playing again today? What day is it? Monday? Let me double check. Do I have D&D tonight? I think D&D got canceled. Yes. So I don't have D&D tonight. So we could play more tonight, yeah. I feel like the quicker that I can finish it, the better, probably. While still trying to go to bed at a normal hour. I hear my daughter. I love her. She's so great. All this staying home has made me lose track of what day of the week it is, what month I'm in, whether I've eaten breakfast yet. Yeah, in some ways, obviously, in many, many ways, our lives are exactly the same as they were before. So Sam and I mostly are living the same life. It's just that we had just started to taste those nuggets of freedom. Right? Because you know, up until the point that we moved, up until she was like 18 months, it was just Sam and I. So it was Sam and I being ships in the night. Like, I worked during part of the day, Sam worked during part of the day. We both spent a lot of time with Clark, but not a lot of time with each other. And we were like, it's going to be amazing when we move, because everybody is so family oriented in Sam's family that everybody's going to, you know, we'll be able to help other people, but they'll also be able to help us. And so now, because of everything that's going on, we've had to go back to the, like, it's just Sam and I, which we're very well versed in, and it's fine. But yeah. Play the new Professor Layton game on the Switch. There's a new Professor Layton game? Is there? What? Layton's Mystery Journey Deluxe Edition? What the hell? Oh, get out of here. What the fuck? What is all this? What are all these pop-ups? No, I don't want... A remaster. Interesting. So it's not a new game. Oh, I've been coloring because of quarantine. My dad wanted to see, so I sent him some pictures, and he's been showing them off to people. I'm 25. That's so cute, though. That's so cute. I love it. That's very cute. My mom also did that when I was like 29. I think the only kind of equivalent in my house was when I did my thesis project, I made a mask that was representative of my dad and a mask that was representative of my mom. And my mom kept the mask that I made. So there's like my parents' house, because, you know, there aren't like newspaper clippings and stuff of me that my parents can have, but there are of my brother. So my parents have like framed versions of like things about Jared and stuff, which is awesome. I'm very proud of him. This isn't coming from like a jealous place at all, but it is funny. There's like a chest, or not a chest, but like a display cabinet in the living room at my parents' house that has a bunch of stuff about Jared in it. And then this weird, like, abstract elephant mask. This, like, dark blue elephant mask just sitting in there. It's cute. Why an elephant mask? Because she loves elephants. And I wanted to make something that had kind of a vibe of like if it was going to be in a play and someone needed to be sort of a nurturing mother figure. I was trying to make a mask that like was kind of elephant-ish because my mom loves them so much. But was also just kind of like a beautiful, soft mask. So that's the one that I made for my mom. And my poor dad, the one about my dad was about like his former addiction problems. So it was a mask that was made entirely out of like old beer cans and cigarettes and all kinds of stuff. And I thought that it looked really cool. But yeah, his was not nearly as like sweet. So but shout out to my dad. Been sober for a very long time now. Very proud of him. Oh, Lumen, thank you so much for the host. Welcome, guys. Thanks, I hate it, from your dad. No, he didn't mind it. It was supposed to be like when we were in the theater design program, our projects had to be like, they had to show what we had learned, but they also wanted it to have like a theme. And so rather than like choose a play or something and say, I'm just going to make masks for the characters of this, you know, old Italian play, you know, like, oh, here's the frickin', I can't remember the names of any of those. God, this is turning out bad. Old, like, Italian comedies. Commedia dell'arte, that's what I'm thinking of. Bunch of commedia, like, masks. Instead of doing something like that, I was like, well, I could do masks that, like, a bunch of really different types of masks, but have them all be sort of, like, personal stuff. So yeah, I did one of my mom, I did one of my dad, or like things associated with my mom and my dad. I did one that was like covered in flowers. That was like a femininity thing. Or like half of it was like really floral and pretty, and the other half wasn't. One that was made out of old doll heads. It's good shit. And what was my last one? Or 5. I'm trying to remember what the last one was. I don't remember. The baby doll head one was the best, though. How did my parents meet? My mom had already had my sister. So my sister is my half sister. My mom had been in a marriage where she found out he was cheating on her, so she was like, bye. And she and my sister moved into a place on their own, and they were next door to my Aunt Barb, who's my dad's sister. And she was like, you should meet my brother Steve. And they met, and they started dating, and that was that. My mom was like grew up like high society and married a, like a rich lawyer who turned out to be an asshole. And my dad was a super hippie musician. So yeah. A super hippie dwarf musician. You're right. Yeah, it was cute. One of the stories that makes me laugh is my dad was on like a weird seaweed and rice diet. My mom like made him a really nice dinner, and he was like, "Oh, I'm really sorry. I've been on this seaweed and rice diet. It's like to cleanse your body, man, And she was like, "Uh-huh." I feel like I could do that. That's like most of the elements of sushi, right? It's missing a big component, but like I could deal with just rice and nori for a while. I would be all right with that. Taking my pills, friendly reminder for anyone. Yeah, if you need to take a pill, do eat. Did she just eat the dinner by herself? I don't know. I don't remember the way the story actually ends. I just love the idea of my dad coming over and my mom being like, "Look, I made dinner." And him going, "Oh, I'm actually on a seaweed and rice diet." Just kills me. Like... Ugh. Thank you. I will take my pills. There you go. Helped somebody. Yeah. For anybody who's shown up in the last like 10 minutes or so, we did clean my room. It's called But First We Clean because we were cleaning my room. Did a pretty good job. Even the little corner is clean now. Wild. So we've got our Superfight decks to take downstairs. And a couple of dishes that need to go in the dishwasher. But other than that, pee good. Superfight's a great game. Yeah, there's so many decks now. I really want to get Sam's family in on a game of this. Obviously not right now. But so there's like, here, let's look at them. There is the original deck, Superfight 1. These are all shrink wrapped because I wound up getting like a full set of them from the Superfight guys at one point. The red deck, which I think is R-rated stuff. Yeah, adds 100 R-rated cards to the core deck. If I remember right, these are, I don't know how to put it. Like kind of shock value-y, like they're not that funny. They don't add a whole lot to the game. Orange deck is geeky cards. So like geek culture stuff. Pink deck is anime. Green deck, G-rated cards, opposite of the red deck. And the purple deck adds scenarios, such as a kitten stampede or no gravity. So it's like a whole different element to add to the game. Kitten Stampede is an instant win. Oh, and the blue deck. Wait, what was the blue deck? Oh, it adds locations. Different location cards. Yeah. So that's those. Haven't played that game in years. I know. How do you play? Oh, here. Let me open up the basic deck and I'll show you. There's a bird going, ah, ah, outside. It is, in terms of like, you have these cards and these cards. Like, it's a very simple game in the way that Cards Against Humanity is, but it's not played the same way at all. It's a really fun, like, think on your feet kind of game. And it's really easy to have house rules with it, to just like figure out what the most fun way for you and your friends or you and your family to play is, and just go with that. Like, it's very loose. Crows are brilliant but super obnoxious. I love them. We cannot get rid of the oh my god, what are they called? The birds that are black, magpies. Thank you, Garth. Magpies just love us. They show up all the time. And I'm like, aren't you guys cursed or something? I am sick of saluting out my door. All right. So you have white cards and black cards. I know. The white cards are people. So, Bear Grylls. Everyone at this table. Indiana Jones. King Arthur. Okay? People. The black cards are abilities or situations for a character. Riding a war dolphin. Leading an army of penguins. Driving a time-traveling DeLorean. Etc. Right? Can eat planets. Wearing macaroni armor. Armed with garden shears. Etc. Etc. So the general way that you play Superfight is there's one person who is playing the villain. So say that I was the person running the game this round. I could say, who do you have in your deck? So you have a certain number of white cards and a certain number of black cards. Who do you have in your deck that can beat King Arthur driving a time-traveling DeLorean, right? Say I had my deck. I could be like, well, fortunately, King Arthur was alive at a time when he didn't realize that there are aliens. So he would fall handily to a Martian who is riding a fancy lawnmower that you can drive. Right? So if you are one of the, like, good guys who's fighting King Arthur, or again, however you want to pitch it. King Arthur's out there doing something, and everybody else is trying to fight them. If you put down Martian blah blah blah, everybody else gets an opportunity to put down whatever. And keep in mind that some of these cards are not good. Or they kind of ruin what you were talking about, right? So say that instead of this, it was like the Martian is extraordinarily attractive, and you could be like, it's an alien, but a sexy alien, and they seduce Arthur. The next round typically is a screw everybody else over round. So I could say, oh, well, your sexy Martian has lethally bad breath, and King Arthur is appalled. Right? So that's normally the way that we played it. And then whoever played the villain, the King Arthur of this situation, could say, like, I think that the Martian would win, or I think that whatever. But there are lots of different ways to play the game, and there's lots of different ways that people choose to play the game. But it's fun. Yeah, Superfight. So all of these other decks add, like, different people, different situations. Obviously, the blue ones are locations, which are not in the base game. And the orange one, what did it say? It was scenarios. Or the purple one was scenarios. One of those. So you can add things to it. But it's fun. It's a fun game. Now I have 2 ways to play the game. Closed captions. Since when was that a thing? It's a plugin that we added when we were in LA. It took me a while to add it in once we moved, but yeah, it works super well. If you do !CC, it links you to the page. The page also explains, if you're unsure if you're like on mobile or something, it explains how to turn them off if you're a viewer and you don't want to see them. Yes, it's the one made by one of Ammunition's mods. Rat with a shotgun. And it works, honestly, I think it works really well. And I love that you can turn them on and off. I believe there's also, yeah, there is, isn't there? There is a digital Superfight on Steam, I think. Hold on, I'm trying to see. Get out of here. Yeah. Oh, Tabletop Simulator Superfight. Oh, that's pretty funny. Yeah, Superfight the video game, and there's Superfight and Tabletop Simulator. So there you go. Is that a Sainsbury's bag in the back? Are you in the UK during all this craziness? Yeah, we moved here in December. Yeah, it's honestly, I don't have a whole lot of complaints about being here. It is a radiator. I never have it on though because it gets fucking hot up here. We haven't had any of our radiators on for a while. Just the like living room, playroom is the only place where I put the heat on. And if I think it's going to be cold, or if like it hits midnight and I check the monitor and the temperature looks like it's a little chilly in Clark's room, sometimes I'll sneak in there and turn her heat on a little bit. But English houses, man, they retain heat pretty well. Can't complain. Don't worry, I had my wedding during like the at the time worst heat wave that England had ever had, so I'm mentally prepared. Also, I've lived in lots of places where I just didn't have AC during a horrible summer. I've been out of the loop for way too long. Yeah, we haven't had a frost in a while. It's like perfect time to be planting things. So drop the routine, queen. Don't do anything to your face is mostly when I put on makeup. I put on moisturizer first. I rarely wash my face unless I have makeup on. If I have makeup on, I'll clean the makeup off. And that's it. I'm sorry. I know that's not helpful. It's my seaweed and rice diet. Yeah, it's just I dumped a bunch of lavender seeds in the yard. Ah, man. Yeah, I have a bunch of seeds that I need to plant. I'm hesitant to plant the pea pods though, because Clark has decided it's her favorite thing in the world. It's like a big bag like this full of like huge peas to plant, and she just shakes it and like dances. I'm like, well, I can't plant them now. I can't plant them because they're your little maracas now. She's cute. Why buy kids expensive toys when you can actually give them a bag of pea pods? It's true. It's true. Sam went so ham on her birthday, though. It's not her birthday yet. We're 8 days out. But over the last, I want to say, like 5 days, things keep showing up. And I'm like, what is this? And Sam's like, oh, it's for her birthday. He got her a swing to go outside, like a toddler swing. He got her a little kitchen, like a little baby-sized kitchen. He got her I'm trying to remember what else. Everything has just wound up just getting put in the garage for now. But it's very cute. He was like, are we buying individual things for Clark? I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, well, I bought a lot of stuff for her already. I was like, oh, you're asking whether those things are all just from you and I'm also buying her things. That's true. Sam is an all or nothing sort of gentleman. I know, it's very cute. They're very cute together. I was like, we were in the kitchen yesterday, and do you remember when I was talking about how sometimes Clark and Sam will be in a completely different room from me, and I can hear her going, Mommy, Mommy, fix it, Mommy, Mommy, and I'm like, I'm not even in the fucking room. Like, what? So yesterday, she was in the living room, and Sam and I were in the kitchen, and I could hear her going, Mommy, 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 Mommy. And I was like, why is it me? Why is it always me? Why am I the only one that she whines at? And Sam was like, because you're her favorite. And I was like, no, I refuse to believe that the benefit of me being her favorite parent is that I'm the one that she just goes, Mommy, 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 Mommy. And with you, she's just an angel. Doesn't whine about anything. I refuse to believe that. I refuse. It's because you're the problem solver. Maybe that's what it is. It is very cute, though, to be like working up here and go on a break and come down the stairs. And sometimes at the exact moment that I'm about to come down the stairs, I hear her go, Where'd Mommy go? Where'd Mommy go? And I'll be like, hello. And she goes, Mommy! It's very cute. And I'm always like, yes, I showed up like a magician. It's like she summoned me. At the very least, she believes she summoned me and probably tries to do it again later and is like, what the fuck? I used up all my magic. Every time I join a stream, you're streaming from a different house? What? When's the last time you were here? I've been in here a long time. It's on cooldown. She needs to learn. She needs to learn how magic works. You can't just spam the same spell over and over and over again, Clark. We have no plans to have another kid, no. She has tons of cousins to play with. I don't think we need to worry about her not knowing how to share or being, like, spoiled that way, really. 'Cause, yeah, when we're not in a lockdown situation, Sam's family is always doing something. So she, like, before everything happened, she was around her cousins all the time. All the time. So we don't have any worries about her, like, not playing well with others or not like having a good concept of the world doesn't revolve around me, etc., you know? So, not saying that all single kids are like that. I definitely had a little bit of that because my siblings were so much older than me. I definitely got a little bratty that way when I was a kid. But yeah, we just don't have a desire to have another kid, really. She's like our sun, moon, and stars. She's an incredible little kid. She's perfect. And so the idea of getting to just, like, really focus on her is appealing to both of us, and maybe that'll change, but yeah. Pretty sure I have that same shirt color and holes included in Animal Crossing. Oh my god. I was about to say, oh man, I should boot up Animal Crossing, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to do that. We all know the truth. You talking about your family is so fucking cute. Thank you. I'm pregnant. The other day my son told me he wants us to have 3 more kids, so 5 total. Woof. It's also been interesting seeing, I have a couple of friends with kids that, like, are going through a really bad jealousy phase with each other. And I'm like, oh my god, that sounds so exhausting. Like how rough that is for the parents to try and, like, prioritize both kids when the kids aren't even necessarily, they don't really understand why they're behaving that way, you know? It's so hard, man. One kid's hard enough already. Yeah, she does have an accent. She 100% is saying a lot of things in a English manner. It's very cute. Yeah, I mean, well, again, I grew up on a farm in the middle of the woods. So it wasn't even only that my siblings were much older than me and not around really. It was also that most of my time was spent in the woods by myself. Like, so I was very woodsy, very nature-focused kid, but did not interact with other children really. So and I turned out fine. And look at me. A perfectly normal individual. I am in my 30s. I've had 30 years to try and, like, work out all the issues. And hopefully, as I continue to live, I will continue to do so. Oh, I'm stoked for when this is over and I can see a photo of you and Benji in the British wilds together. Yo, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. We're gonna drag Sam out of this house and put him in a tent in the middle of nowhere, and it's gonna be awesome. Benji and I are both very interested in, like, woodsy activities, and Sam is like, no, I'm good. Poor Sam. He's just not, you know. I don't want to say that he's a city kid, but he's not a country kid. And he doesn't have a whole lot of interest in that sort of stuff. It's not that he won't do it. He's down to go camping, really, but you know, he's not chomping at the bit to do it like Benji and I are. Yeah, which is weird, isn't it? Because by far out of the three of us, he's the one that will do the craziest shit. But I think that mentally there's a lot of obnoxious elements to camping. Just let him take the switch. Yeah, there you go. There you go. We could get one of those big ones. We could get a big tent. They make some wild tents. I was looking because that was a thing that was brought up. Sam was like, I would be fine as long as I don't feel like I can't move around in the tent. You know, if I'm uncomfortable in the tent, I'm going to be uncomfortable with the whole thing. So I was looking at tents and I was like, oh my God, they make tents that are like, do you have 10 people that all need to fit in the same tent? We got you. Do you want a tent with 4 rooms in it? It's like, what the fuck? Who needs this? I guess army tents? Do normies need army tents? I guess why not offer them, right? Somebody's going to buy that. Get a yurt? That is way harder to set up. We had a tunnel tent for the longest time for 6 people. A tunnel tent? Hold on. Oh. For 6 people. Wait, tunnel tent, 6 people. Oh, yeah. They get big. Girl. Girl. I don't know why I said that. Yeah, big tents, man. Big bitch tents. Everybody knows that's Big Dick B. Name the video. We gave tent with 2 bedrooms on the sides and 1 big room in the middle that you can stand up in. It's fantastic with 2 adults and 2 kids. was fun to come into. I'm sorry. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. Let's see. Let's do another Dorothy Parker poem. How the arrogant iris would wither and fade if the soft summer dew never fell, and the timid arbutus, what is that? Arbutus? Pronunciation. Arbutus?
Arbutus.
Oh my god. All right, let's start again. It's a flower, by the way. Oh no, I lost it. Wait, one's called Mood. Should we read that one? Unless I yield my love to you, you swear, in strangely distant countries must you dwell. Denied this heart of mine you could not bear, these dear, familiar scenes we've loved so well. Tomorrows that will come you could not face, with only pain to bear you company. Among the whispering memories of this place, the little intimate things that speak of me. Where mighty mountains rear their cruel height, the world between us would you dwell apart. Where curious peace that comes with tropic night answers the bitter question of your heart. The lilac bush that bends with bloom in May, the winding path, the arbor where we sat. These things should know you never more, you say. Ah, love, if I could only count on that. Arbutus. Mood. Hashtag mood. Wait, where was the Arbutus one? I don't even remember what it was called. Fuck. I'm a terrible poetry reader. The poems and some modernist verse. Oh, there's a huge foreword. I've never read that. Yeah. The whole time that we've been cleaning, we've been every now and then reading a poem by Dorothy Parker. What the fuck does mood mean when said like that? In which situation? As the title of that poem, or in a modern, like, mood, big mood? I think the poem is the more confusing one. Forewords are for nerds. Who wrote the foreword? Compiled with an introduction by Stuart Silverstein. Sorry, it's actually a good forward. I got lost in it for a second there. That's Shel Silverstein. That I think you're thinking of. They might be the same person, though. Who knows? Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let me show you a couple other books. So I was showing, yeah, we've got the two Dorothy Parker books. Those are college books. Here are a couple other college books that I have had for years. Oh my god. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. My favorite play. I've had this for years and years and years. It's fantastic. It has all of Guildenstern's lines highlighted because it was bought secondhand. And for any of you who have asked the question, Dodger, what is your favorite musical? The Mystery of Edwin Drood. A classic. Who killed Edwin Drood? And is he dead? Was it the wicked choir master, Drood's uncle, lusting after Edwin's betrothed, the fair Rosabud? Or could it have been Elena or Neville Landless, the Ceylon-born brother and sister, who both have their reasons for wanting Drood out of the way? I'm fuzzy and I don't care. Or perhaps it was the drunken stonemason Durdles, or maybe Princess Puffer. Just about everyone is a hissable suspect in this play based on the unfinished Charles Dickens novel. It's fantastic. It's a great musical. Come on, buddy. How come when I lock your autofocus, you don't just leave it that way? What's up with that? Okay. I've turned it on and then off again. So we'll see if that fixes it. Yes. So it is, it's a play where the audience chooses the ending. Fantastic. It's so good. Because the book wasn't finished. So it's based off of a Charles Dickens novel that was never finished. So when reading the manuscript, there were no answers. It's a murder mystery with like lots of secret people in it, but they didn't know who any of them were. So you didn't know who murdered Edwin Drood. There was like a person undercover, didn't know who that was. There were like secret lovers, didn't know who they were, right? So the audience literally during the intermission chooses who they think are all of those things. This is the other thing I grabbed, which is an absolute classic of my life. I went to Western Oregon University. This is my college, my university. Debris Tossed About is a play that I was in, an experimental play that I was in. And this is a DVD of it. I would love to watch this with my old classmates. Oh my god. My hand is in here somewhere. Lost in the sea of arms and hands. Watch it on stream. Oh my god. No. No, I can't do it. I couldn't do it. Oh, Mr. Panda Man. I have experienced that. And it is rough. I bawled my eyes out. So if we are helping comfort you at all, it should be a sub goal. Oh my god. I would need, oh my god. Fine. All right. Yeah. When I do a subathon, we'll have a really obnoxiously high sub goal to watch this together. I will try to make it impossible. I will attempt to make it impossible for us to watch that. To give you an example, it is broken up into parts that are based off of the chakras. Oh my god. Yeah. Yes. This is the sort of like, what the fuck? College studio movement based bullshit. That's what this is. And some of it, I still remember the words. Sam has not seen it. No. I will reach out as much as I can. I will reach out to everybody that I know who was involved in this and make sure that they would be chill with me showing it on stream. And if they say no, then we won't do it. But I will make the effort. I will ask. Oh, thank you, Chat and Rose. Yeah, I just haven't done one. Sam has to watch it with us. Oh, no, don't do that. That's like another 5K. That's another 5,000 subs to get Sam in here, okay? No, I don't want Sam in here to see it. I don't want that. I don't want it. He'd be in here regardless. The hell is this? My husband. We should probably update it because he's got that long hair now. But what if it's good? Oh my god. What if you guys watch it and you're like, wait, but that was awesome. My whole family came to see it. And everybody was like, that was fun. And my brother was like, I loved that. Keep in mind, my brother's like kind of a hippie musician like my dad used to be. So he was like, oh, I loved that. There was something really groovy about that whole thing. So, you know, some of you will probably be like, that was great. And everybody else will be like, that was the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my whole life. No, it's not. It's... You can't think of it like a play. It's like a really long performance art piece. It's hard to describe, man. We did a viewing with high schools around that were around us. We like told them exactly what was in the play. And any high schools that were around, we said, like, if you want to come out for like a matinee viewing, we'll give you discount tickets, and we'll do we'll like talk with you guys about the show afterwards. And one of the girls that was in it, Jessica was like the sweetest person I've ever met in my life. But she had a section where she had to be like an absolute bitch to the audience. And the very first question that happened was one of the kids was like, are you really that mean in real life? And she was like, no. She was like, no, I'm not. I swear. It was just I had to do it in the play. You could tell she was like, oh no, these kids think I'm a dick. It was very cute. No, it's a DVD, guys. I can't just like pop it in and show it to you. She was that good. She was that good. Find who owns the rights, convince them to release it for sale. Oh, did I not make that clear? We created it. We wrote the whole thing. We decided the theme. We made this play. This is the only place that it has ever been performed. Yeah. That's why, otherwise I would be like, oh, just go watch somebody else do it. No, we wrote this. We workshopped this for an entire semester and then performed it. Yeah. So I'll reach out to my professors as well and be like, hey, my stream would love to watch this thing that we made. You know, another thing that I do I still have it somewhere? Or was it in the car when it was stolen? I can't remember. I would love to show you guys the commercial that I made in high school. I was in a video production class and we had to make commercials. And our commercial was so good that our teacher would show it to everybody else. He like showed it to everybody, like all of the future classes, as an example of a commercial to make. It was mwah. Hi John, how are you, dude? What were you advertising? It was a awareness commercial about tone deafness. So we got my friend who is a horrific singer, or used to be. She's much better now, actually. I saw her at a wedding and she was like, you know, I've improved quite a bit, but at the time was just an awful singer. Like self-confessed awful singer. And we were like, can we do a commercial that's entirely you trapped in an elevator with another guy in our class, and you just sing the entire time and we'll just cut it together the way we want? She was like, absolutely. So it's literally like we got this guy from our graduating class. We got him to stand in a elevator in like a nice suit. And then my friend Nicole was in like a big hoodie with Cheeto dust like all over her and headphones in, and came in and goes, "Hey, what's up? Yeah, baby." Like just singing, like full on singing for so long. It was amazing. It was so good. Yeah. It's your day off. Oh my God. Live it to the fullest, John. Oh, I haven't seen The Losers, so I don't know. Maybe it's similar. Those tears look suspiciously like cat claw shapes. These? Oh, these were already in the sweater when I bought it. How is the baby? She's great. She's delightful. I tweeted a picture of her yesterday, but oh my gosh, she is just the cutest, sweetest thing. I love her. Look at this. Look how cute she is. Just peeking out. Oh. I love her. That's the one I tweeted. She's so cute. Fuck. Adorable. How fast is she now? Oh yeah, she can run, no problem. Yeah. She runs easy peasy. She can throw things, she can kick things. That's the current stage we're in right now, is what is and isn't okay to hit and kick. And it is an obnoxious stage, let me tell you what. Because a lot of the stuff that you read about how to deal with hitting and kicking and things is ignore it. Right? Reinforce what is okay to hit or kick. And try not to do like a big reaction when they hit or kick you or bite you. Because if you react big, they'll be looking for that reaction over and over again. So the last couple of days, anytime I try to change her diaper, she kicks me constantly while I'm changing her diaper. And I'm like, there has to be a better way. There has to be another way. The only thing that I've been able to do to figure out to do is when we're doing a diaper change, she'll lay down and I'll go, "Can you sing me a song?" And then she'll sing me a song, and as long as she's singing, she's not kicking me. So that's my workaround currently is, "Hey, while I'm changing your diaper, will you sing me a song?" It works right now. So yeah, it's hard. So I try to do a lot of like when she's not kicking or biting or hitting or anything. She doesn't do it a lot, but I'll do like a, "So, do we kick Daddy?" And she'll go, "No." And I'll go, "Do we kick Mommy?" She'll go, "No." And I'll go, "Do we kick balls?" And sometimes she'll go, "No." And we'll go, "Yes, you can kick balls. Remember, you can kick balls." And she goes, "Oh. Do we kick Mommy?" "No." "Do we kick balls?" "Yes." Don't make it weird, chat. You know what I mean? Yeah, so we try to do the same thing with like biting. Do we bite Mommy? No. Do we bite Daddy? No. Do we bite bread? Yes. Do we bite apples? Yes. Do we bite Sherlock? No. No. You also don't want to do that. So like if she were to do, if she, like, say when she has bit me before, if I were to go, "Ow," that counts as like a big reaction. Kids are like, they're hardwired to try and understand what you do and mimic it, right? So unfortunately, part of that is, and there's lots of, I don't have any of them on hand, but there's lots of studies that have gone into this, that like a lot of times what starts off as just simple curiosity is what turns into a bad habit or like a bad dynamic. So with like hitting, biting, all of that sort of stuff, it starts off as, "I'm going to do that again," right? "I did that once and you did this big thing, but I'm not sure why. So I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to do it again." Right? And then it turns into, they feel like a power dynamic thing. So that's why they always, they encourage you, a lot of the reading that you can do will encourage you to ignore some of the early bad behavior stuff, because it's not intended to be bad behavior. It's them trying something. And if they try a thing and don't really get reactions out of it, they're not going to get as attached to it. But if you react, they get attached to the reaction. Does that make sense? And obviously all kids are different, and different like things are going to work with different kids. But yeah. With the biting thing, fortunately, it's been a extremely rare thing. Like, she's bit Sam once, she's bit me twice. But both times that she's bit me have been when she was throwing a tantrum. So it's been like in the heat of like, right? Like just losing it. So I've learned now, if she starts tantruming while I'm holding her, I just calmly set her down. Like, all right, I don't want to deal with any of this near me, so. Totally. Yeah. Oh my God. Absolutely. Kids are learning so much. And the parents learn so much as well. Absolutely. It's super hard not to react when you get surprise bit. Absolutely. It's really hard not to react to stuff for me. Because I worry that my attempt at having a I'm not reacting face is so different from my normal face, right? Because I'm typically like energetic and etc. Everything you're seeing on camera right now is in line with how I typically am. So imagine, if you will, that you're a child and you're used to me being like, honey, blah, 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 animated, boisterous, whatever. And then you come over and bite me and I'm like, yes. Clark, let's go in the kitchen now. Right? Even that, I think that winds up being the big reaction sometimes. And she's like, wait, what happened? So try to like be like, yeah, this biting, I love this. Anyway, put her in timeout. She's not old enough to know what timeout is. That's not gonna work. Yeah. Again, everybody's gonna feel differently about disciplining kids, but I don't think that there's any point in putting Clark in timeout when she's this age. We try to do a lot of like when she's really upset, we like having a tantrum, right? From pretty early on, while she would have a tantrum, I would just kind of sit there and be like, if you want a hug, let me know. And now when she like starts to feel herself get really upset, she just goes, mommy, hug. Which is really cute. We still don't give her what she wants. Like if she's demanding something and we say no and it triggers a tantrum, be like, I'll hug you. I still love you. Everything's fine. And you're feeling very frustrated right now, but you're not getting a cookie. Right? So like, if you want a hug, I'm here to give you a hug, but I'm not going to give you a cookie. As long as we understand this, then it's chill, you know? Yeah. So that's worked pretty well for us, but Clark already is a fairly relaxed personality and always has been. So we haven't had to like really talk about stronger discipline with her at this stage at all. It's just been a lot of just be firm with her, you know. I hope she's beating Sam at For Honor by 6. Me too. Anywho, I know it's always hard. Talking about this kind of thing is always hard because it's really difficult for as the parent, you want to feel that the method that you have is the right one. And I've tried to not get defensive at all if somebody's like, I don't think that's going to work. Or on the opposite side, right? Like hearing the way that another parent does things. You need to remind yourself that like parents are different, kids are different. What's going to work for them is different, you know? So it always winds up creating a situation in chat, I think, where lots of different parents are like, well, this is what I do. Well, this is what I do. Well, this is what I do, which is fine. As long as it's not, this is what I do, so you're wrong, right? We're not here to like beat each other at parenting. I squirt my kids with a water bottle, but they're dogs. Competitive parenting. Sometimes it feels that way. And like the reason that people get so annoyed with, mommy blog sort of stuff or mom forums is because it does take on that feeling of like competitive parenting almost. I'm in the top percentile of parenting. Oh my God. I feel intimidated. The meta. Kinda, yeah. It's good to keep up with the child raising meta, you know. Typically it follows what the current like knowledge is from child psychologists. I like to know that sort of stuff. The latte mom meta. I don't understand why you have to call me out so hard on my own stream, but that's fine. There's some like blogs and books that are written by current child psychologists that I've tried to read, and I don't always agree with everything, but I think, I do think that we know a lot more about how children think and develop than we used to, and are continuing to learn more and more. And that doesn't mean that it's all perfectly right and that we won't find out that we were wrong about some stuff later, right? As with all science and psychology. But I think there's definitely value in looking at the way that you were raised, maybe, and saying, I wonder if the way that my parents did X, Y, or Z, I wonder if there's any basis for that, really, and if it feels wrong for you as a parent, if there are things that people keep saying like, well, you really should be doing this, but it just doesn't feel right for you. There are so many different methods for sleep training, so many different methods for discipline. And I think if something doesn't feel right, if it feels like you're being kind of pressured into raising your kids a certain way, it's never too late to change it up, right? And like try something else and see what works better for your family. The Dutch method is interesting. Teach them how to ride a bike, then just send them outside and let them figure it out. Yeah, I think about that too. Like my mom is very protective of Clark, like from a distance. So sometimes I'll talk about her doing things, or like when I was visiting them, like Clark was playing in a puddle, and my mom, I don't know if she's watching right now. I love you, mommy. My mom was like, "Oh, right, like puddles are so dirty, etc." But I don't know how early I was just rolling around in the dirt and like climbing under the house and shit, but it was pretty early. I think about that sometimes. I'm like, I turned out okay. It's not saying that a kid can't get hurt or like sick doing that sort of stuff, but like I was all right. I did all right. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why Sam and I have both always been so chill about her eating stuff off the floor. Like, for a very long time now. Just been like, I mean, 5-second rule, right? Sometimes we'll be in the living room and she'll find something on the floor and I'm like, what is that? And she puts it in her mouth and I'm like, well, it looked like it used to be food. It's probably fine. We vacuum every day, so it's not like there's going to be anything in there that's been there for like a week, but it's gone now. It's in your mouth, so you got a big old, 2 rows of chompers in there, so if I try to force your mouth open, it's not happening. That's fine. My God, it's 5:30 already. I did not intend on this being a just chatting / cleaning stream for the entire time. But here we are. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll play some Final Fantasy tonight. I don't know what time, because I do want to make sure that I make dinner and that Sam and I have a little bit to just sit together, so. It has been fun. It's been fun for me, too. Yes, sorry, Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm trying to finish it. We're in chapter 14 right now. Honestly, I now just watch you for baby stories. Well, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Oh, thanks, guys. I'm glad. Thanks, everybody. How's your brother doing these days? I used to listen to some of his music a while back. So actually, I'm trying to do a couple of projects with him because he's a musician, right? And so typically his year is going places and playing, but everything for the entire year has been canceled for him. So he's not really sure how his year is looking. His name is Jared Lawson, Jarrod Lawson. And he's super, super talented. You can find his music on Spotify if you want to listen to it. If you like it, he has his album available digitally. It would really help him out. If you've ever liked his music and thought about snagging it, if you have the income for it or would like to have it. Yeah, he has no work for the rest of the year currently. So he's just working on his next album. And I'm giving him a couple of different songs to do kind of a remixed composition of for me to sing along with, which is fun. So he finished the backing track for The Lament of Orpheus, which is pretty cool. He was like, I can adjust it if it's not easy for you to sing to or whatever. It's really fun. It's so fun to be working on a music project with my brother. So yeah, I keep telling him it would be really cool if he could do concerts from his house, but it sucks. I wish that I lived near him. If I lived near him, I could help him set it all up. But he's not really sure how to set up a stream or anything. So, I have a couple of friends that live out there that might be able to help him, or even our nephew, Matt. Matt's my age. Matt might be able to help him set something up. Yeah, Lament of Orpheus from Hades. I love that song. It gets stuck in my head all the time. So I was like, oh, it'd be really cool to do a mix of this. We were listening to the Eden Shiva song. I can't remember what it's called, from 14. And trying to figure out if we could do something with that, but I don't know. It's kind of a complicated song. So maybe not. We'll see how this first one goes. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, keep in mind that like bigger musicians that have started streaming aren't necessarily having to set that stuff up themselves. They're able to be like, somebody set up a stream for me and teach me how to use it, and then I'll just play. Which, if I was around, I would 100% do that for Jared. But, you know, Jared's, he does well. His shows always do well. But he's not like a huge musician yet. So I think if he could literally just set up his keyboard somewhere in his house, or he doesn't have a house anymore. He lives in a friend's garage because he's on tour all the time. So if he could set up a spot in the garage, to just play and stream, that would be awesome. Can you post where we can buy his music? Oh, where can we buy Jared's music? He has a Bandcamp. He has... Yeah. Here's his Bandcamp. Interesting. I didn't know he had this. He's on Amazon Music. And he's on Spotify if you just want to listen to it. But I'll double check with him, like, where is the best place to buy it. But yeah, he's very talented. Yeah, it'll help support him while he's not able to perform. Support the arts, man. If you have like if there's a smaller musician, around this time they probably aren't able to do any of their shows or like do any of the, you know, the footwork to get their album out there currently, except online. So if there's a smaller indie musician or band or anything like that that you love, that you really like their music, it probably now more than ever it would really help them out to actually buy their music if you can. Another thing that I've noticed is there's a lot of... Do you guys remember when I did the Inkbox thing? There's a company called Inkbox that does like temporary tattoos that last for a decent amount of time. They've started doing partnerships with tattoo artists. You know, a lot of tattoo artists don't have any work right now. So some of the tattoo artists that I follow have started posting designs on Inkbox. So if you buy their designs on Inkbox, you get a temporary tattoo that they designed and they get a kickback from it, or they get like a portion of the money. So I've thought about going on there and buying some temporary tattoos to try and support some of them as well. But yeah, if like, obviously take care of yourself and your family, etc. first. But if you're in a comfortable spot and you feel like you'd like to help somebody out, who might be struggling, people are figuring out ways to still try and make money and put themselves out there. So. I want more tattoos. Me too. Tat me up, fam. Yeah. My wife tried to cut my hair and shaved a hole in the back. I saw the picture, John. I was talking earlier about how Sam and I are like discussing a potential trade where I like trim up his beard, but if I do it, he has to do a little triangle shave bit in the back for me. And I think he's really nervous to do it. Don't tell my secret. Right? That's what I was saying. I could shave a big old bit and, it'll grow back. I loved your Ireland-Scotland tweet. Most people did not. Most people did not like that. How quickly does your hair grow? Not that quick. It's fine. Look, originally when I got this haircut, right, it was like, what, here-ish? So it's grown like, I don't know, an inch-ish. Do you like it? Do you like it? Yeah. On stream yesterday, I almost just put my hair in a ponytail and then like snipped a big part of it. And everybody was like, don't! It's like, I just want to take like an inch off. And I'm like, no! Don't! Apparently that doesn't consistently work well, so I was encouraged against it. My hair is so long, I want to do that. Just put it in a ponytail and chop it. Or just shave a triangle in the back. I hate the idea of cutting my hair. I cut my hair a lot when I was in college. I cut my own bangs a lot, and I would typically just get annoyed and try and cut my hair. Never looked amazing, but it didn't look bad. It was workable. And then, I had many, many years there where I dyed my own hair all the time. And sometimes that looked fine, and sometimes it looked bad. So oh, my mom rebuzzed my undercut. That's cute. It took me 4 years to get this length. Yo, yeah, when I cut this to here, it was the longest it had been since I was like a kid, I think. But oh my god, it felt amazing to cut it. It felt so good. Let Sam cut your hair. I would. I absolutely would. He keeps being like, it looks so nice. I'll destroy it. Like it looks so good right now. And I'm like, it doesn't, Sam. I hate it. Just cut it. My mom redid my Brazilian wax since I can't go out. Oh my god. I know somebody whose mom also did their Brazilian wax, and I'm like, power to those moms. Shout out to those moms. God damn. Moms of the fucking year. Yeah, I mean, I've talked about this before, but my friend Marit in high school had hair that was down to her butt and then came to school one day and just had a buzzed head. And we were like, Marit, what happened? And it turned, in her situation, it turned out that like her family would not let her cut her hair. And so she just got fed up and was like, just went to her boyfriend and was like, buzz it. And came to school the next day and we were like, whoa! It was amazing. Mood? Yeah, oddly enough, I've met 2 Marits in my life. One I went to high school with, and one of them I met in Estonia. I don't know. I don't know. I'll never get it, but my sister was like that. She was like, "Can you give me a side shave?" And I was like, "Well, I might mess it up, but also mom would murder me." Yo, Estonia's great. I would love to go back to Estonia. I would love to see how different it is now. Because between the time that my brother went there and then he went back with me was only a few years. And he said it was completely different. Because it wasn't like well, it hasn't been that long really since they established their independence, you know? So they like rapidly developed over there. So I would be really curious to see what Estonia is like now. $1991. Man. Crazy. If you guys have never read about or watched anything about the singing revolution in Estonia, you should. It's very inspiring. It's really interesting. I submit the suggestion in addition to Dodger Sings the Post Show, we have Dodger reads a Parker poem. Yeah, we could do that. I apparently don't know where Estonia is. If it makes you feel better, I thought Ireland was attached to England and Scotland until yesterday. So, you know, we all have our geography hiccups. My sister used to think Canada was where Spain is. See, things like this make me feel better. No, I said this earlier and I'll reiterate it because it is 100% the truth. Americans don't even know where all of the states in America are. So, we're not going to know everybody else's geography, guys. I'm sorry. We're just not. We're garbage at teaching geography. We're garbage at learning geography. It's not going to happen. As an American who's worked very hard on my geography, I feel hurt. You're the best of us. Why do I need to memorize anything when I have Google Maps? Because one day the internet will collapse. I don't know. Because one day this will be Shadowrun. And you might wind up in the Portland Elven area where they've rejected cybernetic technology. Okay? So... I just want to live with my orc wife. Then I'm surrounded by hot elves and I won't need the internet. All right, fair. All right, fair. The cats are great. I love that this question is coming from Cat Love too. Yeah, the cats are doing great. They're very happy. Yesterday we had 2 different situations where a bumblebee got in our house. Clark every day, every morning, asks to go outside. We go outside, and at a certain point she goes, "Where'd Bumblebee go?" Because once every morning we wind up seeing a bumblebee. And, you know, in much the same way that I thought that every butterfly I saw was the same butterfly, Clark is convinced that every bumblebee she sees is the same bumblebee. So, typically a bumblebee will show up at some point. Yesterday, 2 different bumblebees got in our house while the window was open or while the door was open to go outside. And if we're outside, I'll just leave the door open so the cats can go in and out. Yeah, so we went in and I was like, oh man, it's lunchtime. Let's make lunch. Went to sit down and I heard zzz, 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 and I was like, oh fuck, there's a bee in here. And it was right up against the door, just like, please, please. I opened up the door thinking it would go, oh, great. You let the cats go outside? Yeah, they can't get out of our fenced area. It's like extremely tall fences. They can't get out. So yeah, I let them walk around in the grass and then go back inside. Yes. So, I opened the door thinking the bee would be like, freedom. Did not. Just sat there like, please, please. Yeah. So I had to just leave the door open for a while until it finally realized it was already outside and left. Oh, my mom told me something she thought as a kid. She thought there were tiny people in the car radio. And then thought, no, that's dumb. Graduated to believing the bands were at every radio station and had to quickly set up. That's very cute. Fortunately, the other bee that got in was just in a window. So I just opened the window and like it flew off. We also trapped a spider in the living room. And sweet Clark, again, because I've made an effort to be like, yep, spiders are just as normal of a thing to look at pictures and videos of as any other animal in this house. So there was a spider in the living room, and she goes, Mommy, spider! And I was like, oh, I'll get a thing and we'll catch it and we'll take it outside together. The spider was like hunched up against a thing, and Clark didn't seem to really be paying any attention to it, so I was like, it's fine. Went and grabbed a jar, came back in, and was trying to like coax the spider to get in the jar, and Clark just goes, just like, just pokes it, and it runs in, and I was like, honey. I closed the jar, and I was like, well, there's your spider. thank goodness you didn't kill him. It's like, Mommy spider! Like, no! Specifically trying to help the spider get back to the outside world so that a cat does not eat it. She can come sort out the spiders in my house. Fearless. She doesn't understand that there would be a reason to be scared of spiders. And England is very lacking in spiders that would do anything to you anyway. So we're not teaching her to be scared of them. But I'm also not really wanting to teach her to just crush them. The big one in our house currently is occasionally we're seeing ants, and she calls them little ants or baby ants, which is adorable. She doesn't understand that all ants are that size. So we'll see ants in the house sometimes, and she has 100% seen me squish an ant. So when we're outside, I'm trying to explain to her, like, ants belong outside. We don't squish ants when they're outside. It's just sometimes when they're inside, we do squish them. But we don't squish them when they're outside, because outside is their home, right? So sometimes she'll be outside and she'll go, look, a little ant. Look, a baby ant. And I'm like, oh yeah, there's an ant. And she just like stomps on it. And I'm like, honey, you don't have to kill ants outside. Let them live their life. I know that this is a hard concept, that there's a difference, but... Sentenced to death. It's like, I don't... I have like recurring nightmares about ants. So the second I see ants in my house, I'm like, no! And I like squish it, and I disinfect the area, and I wipe it down. Like, whatever is gonna guide other ants to where you died, I don't want it here. So I get a little aggro with ants. And I think she's noticed that and is replicating it. And I don't necessarily want her to be, like, out for the blood of ants. I think ants are a lovely, incredible creature. Just don't want them in my house, you know? Spiders are okay, but ants are evil? Yes. In my house, 100%. Spiders are chill. I don't want ants in my house. Keep the spiders, they'll eat the ants. That's the real strategy. The spiders don't do anything wrong to us. There's a spider that's in our laundry room. He literally just chills. He moves occasionally. But most of the time he just chills in the same spot. Like, okay. Whatever you want to do, bud. Although, to be fair, I did open a window yesterday and a spider tried to climb in. And I was like, no. No, just stay outside. I'm going to go ahead and close this window again. No vacancy. No vacancy. No room. Oh, I just heard something crashed downstairs. All right, guys. That's it for me. Thanks for helping me clean my room. We cleaned the room. We talked about all kinds of shit. It's not what I intended on doing today, but I love it. And I appreciate that you all stuck around. That's awesome. Let's see. TCW Chris, thank you for the 46 months. Tolfantos for the 2 years. Happy anniversary. Sammy for the 1 year. Happy anniversary. Lunabug, thank you for the 7. Sir Captain Morgan for subscribing. Arcadum for subscribing. Thanks, bud. Jodler, thank you for the 64. Ash for subscribing. Welcome, guys. The Were Beaver, thank you very much for subscribing. So many new subs. Thank you, guys. I hope you're having a lovely day. Saltkin, thank you for the 23, almost 2 years. Plasma Ghost for the 15, Old Man Civil for the 21. Avi, thank you for gifting a sub to King's Warrior. Cymonks, thank you for the 53. Reenie Beanie for subscribing. Moringer for the 34. Matches Burn and Snizzy, thank you guys so much for subscribing. Lock and Key for the 14. Xerox for the 25. Lurker Panda for the 38. Snows, thank you for gifting a sub. Professor Redding for the 2. Firema for the 50. Mr. Hyde for the 14. Vena for the 26. Skillless Assassin for the 4. Isis for the 15. Rival Bishop for the 3. Alfonso the Great for the 37. Savern Clark for the 2. Salinas for the 5, Stonehead for the 50, Kurlitha for the 27, Chimdoggy for the 6, Jinkar for the 13, Helios for subscribing, welcome to the Cat Gang, Jolly Pope, thank you for the 4, Confrere, thank you for the 13, Chocolataline for the 21, Hermes for the 44, Little Chop for the biddies, Dark Forsaken for the 49, Dead Man's Hope for the 27, Shorter Stuff for the 1 year, happy anniversary. And Kurdu Stippy, thank you for the 35. I think we lost some in there because the whole system went down twice at the beginning of the stream. So anybody that I didn't read off, I'm very sorry. What else is going on over here? Periodical, thank you for the Valentine. Big love to dudes in chat for creating a community that is fantastic and loving. Also, I finally cleared all my exams. Hell yeah. MexTF2 says, Dodger in chat, you're amazing. Thanks for being so nice and bringing so much joy to everyone every day. Slick Clean Room. Why, thank you. Potato Bert sent a Valentine to Mr. Panda Man. Zanaki threw an emote in chat as a Valentine. And Imthams said, shout out to the loveliest community on Twitch where you don't have to be active in chat to feel included. Aw. I'm delighted. Wait, so what is the Button Moon TV show? Button shit. Button shit. Button Moon TV show. I've never seen this before. I can't do this song. I don't know what it is. The Button Shit. The Button Shit show. Underlining Shadow redeemed it and asked me to do the theme to the Button Moon TV show, but I don't know what it is. So I might do what I did the other day and give you your points back, but play the song on YouTube. It looks like it's a British show. Arbutus. Remember, guys, it's Arbutus. Who should we rade? Oh my gosh, so many people still like going hard on Animal Crossing. What do you even do in that game anymore? It's not made for me. 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 It's fine. It's just not made for me. It's not intended for me. I'm not the target audience. It's fine. Let's go say hi to Joe. I would normally have been playing D&D with this boy, but 'twas cancelled today. Bam. Alright. Let's see what this song is. Button Moon TV show. Oh. Song. The Button Moon theme. Here we go.
There's Button Moon, shining very brightly in blanket sky.
Oh, that's it. Oh, that's it. Button Moon.